Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be making these cute little earrings. I've been making loads of these recently for markets, but they also make great gifts to give to friends and family. And they take me about an hour to make. It takes me about an hour to make a pair, but I am quite a slow crocheter, so you might be able to make them more quickly. And for this project you will need some DMC cotton pearl. This is a size 8 and I've used this lots of times and it works out really well. And today I'm going to be using this yarn, which is pretty much the same size as the cotton DMC. It does say a size 12, but I can't really notice the difference. And you will also need a 1mm crochet hook, and you will also need some jewelry findings. Now, I'm not an expert jewelry maker, and I'm not totally sure of the name of these things, but I think they're called barrel beads. So you need 2 of those, and also 2 of the earring hooks to fit on the end. So grab your bits and pieces and let's get going. We're going to start by making a magic loop, and usually I would make a magic loop by wrapping the yarn around 2 fingers. But because this is a mini project and we're using a 1mm hook, I'm going to make the magic loop by wrapping it round just 1 finger. So placing the yarn like that, cross it over, then insert your hook underneath the first strand, grab the second strand and pull it underneath, twist it, grab the other strand, pull it through, and then just tighten the tail end a little bit. Now, if you're not familiar with making a magic loop, or it's been a while since you've made one, then I do have a slowed down video of how to do this technique, so please check that out if it would be helpful. So next we want to make a double crochet, but I'm not going to chain 3 as that can leave gaps. So I'm going to make what I think is called an alternative double crochet. So to do this, make 1 single crochet into the loop, and then insert your hook into the left V of the single crochet you just made, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2. So that's our first double crochet, alternative double crochet, and this will mean that this double crochet is the same height and thickness as the next ones that we're going to make. Next we want to chain 1 and then make double crochet number 2 into the loop like this, and then chain 1, then make another double crochet into the loop, and then chain 1 again, and then another double crochet into the loop. And we want to continue to do double crochet, chain 1 until we have 10 double crochets and 10 chains in the loop. So I will go ahead and make all the double crochets and chains that I need, and I will meet you back at the end of the circle and we can join it together. I've completed my 10 double crochets and my 10 chains, and it looks like this. And before I join the round, I'm just going to take hold of the tail end of the magic loop and gently pull it. Not too tight, but just so that I get a nice inner circle like this. And then I'm going to reattach my hook. My last stitch was the chain 1. And then I'm going to find the top of the alternative double crochet that we started with. And I want to slip stitch into the top of that. And at the same time, I'm going to grab my tail to kind of lock it into place so that it won't become loose. So I'm going to insert into the top of the alternative double crochet, place my tail, my loose tail, around the hook as well, grab my working yarn, pull through to slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1. And now it looks like this. And before I continue to round 2, I'm going to snip my working yarn, because we're going to change colour for round 2, and I'm going to pull that through, and I'm just going to weave in to the back loop the loose tails, so that then I can work over the top of them with the next colour in round 2, and that will keep them secure, and it will also save me some time later having to weave them in, because it's very small and fiddly. So I've found that this is the easiest technique to weave in the ends. So go ahead and do that, and in a moment we will start round 2. For round 2, I'm going to be using white. So in my previous earrings I was making kind of sunflower colours, but for this pair I'm going to be making daisy colours, which I think will look really pretty. So I want to attach my yarn, and I'm going to do that by inserting my hook into any chain 1 space, like that. Grab the yarn, it can be a bit fiddly because the yarn is so fine, and I'm going to pull it through the chain 1 space, chain 1, and we now are going to make clusters into the chain 1 spaces. So raise your yarn up a little, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, but leave 2 loops remaining on your hook. Then yarn over again, insert into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over again, insert your hook into the same chain 1 space, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and we will do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and now we have 5 loops on the hook, and we're going to make 1 more yarn over. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and now we have 7 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on the hook. And I just want to show you the back of the work, because with all those yarn overs I've locked in my loose tail from the white colour as well. So I've worked the stitches over the top of the tail, and that will keep it in place. And that's another weave-in we don't have to do later. Hooray! So now, once we've made our first cluster, we're going to chain 3. And we're going to work the same cluster into the next chain 2 space. So skip the double crochet stitch, yarn over, and insert your hook into the next chain 1 space. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook again into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, then 1 more time, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have the 7 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on the hook, and that's our second cluster made. And we're now going to chain 3, and we're going to repeat this sequence So in each chain one space from the previous round, you want to place a cluster, then chain 3, and then move to the next chain one space and place another cluster. So I'm going to work these stitches and you go ahead too, and we will meet once we've placed our last cluster and chain 3, and we will close the round together. I'm at the end of round 2 and I've placed my last cluster and chain 3, and you should have 10 clusters in the circle. So to close it, we want to find the top of the first cluster that we made and insert your hook into those top 2 loops, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the last chain. So make a slip stitch into the top of it. Chain 1, and I'm going to change colour for round 3, so I'm going to snip the yarn, and then I'm going to pull the yarn through. And again, before I start round 3, I'm going to work into the back loops of these clusters and chains and just bring this tail through, so that in the next round, again, I can work over the top of it and lock the yarn in so I don't have to weave it in again later. For round 3, I'm going to be using this green colour, but before I attach the yarn to the earring, you want to grab your barrel bead, if that's what you're using, and you want to place it onto your yarn so that we can use it later on in the round. So just let that hang down and we can use it later on. So grab your earring and insert your hook into any chain 3 space from the previous round. Lay your yarn across and just bring it through the chain 3 space and chain 1 to lock it in place. And the next stitches I'm going to wrap around this tail as well to lock it in place, so it's great to hold it against your work as we make the next stitches. So our first stitch is going to be a single crochet, and then we're going to make 4 half double crochets into the same chain 3 space. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through the 3 loops on the hook, and that's 1 half double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through the 3 loops on the hook. Now we have 2 half double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops on the hook. Now we have 3 half double crochets, and we want to make 1 more half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through the 3 loops on your hook. And now into the same chain 3 space, we're going to place 1 more single crochet. So insert your hook and place a single crochet there. I'm just going to show you the back of the work quickly. So I wrapped all of those stitches over my tail so that now I can snip it, and that is another weave-in we don't have to do later. Yay! Okay, continuing along the round, we are going to place single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 4 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're also going to place a single crochet into the same chain 3 space. In 9 of these chain 3 spaces, we're going to place 1 single crochet, 3 half double crochets, and then finish with a single crochet. But when we come to attach the barrel bead, we're going to place 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, and then chain 3. And we're going to bring the barrel bead over the top of this chain 3. I've placed the earring on the table because it's a little bit easier to show you this part from this angle. So I've got my single crochet 1, half double crochet and chain 3. I've removed my hook. I'm going to insert my hook through the barrel bead, and then I'm also going to grab the loose chain from the chain 3 and place that on my hook too. And I'm now going to bring that chain through the center of the barrel bead. This can be a little bit fiddly. Like so. So I've brought the chain 3 through the center of the barrel bead. It's now attached onto the earring, and then into the same chain 3 space, going to place 1 half double crochet and 1 single crochet. So now the barrel bead is attached to the earring. For the remainder of round 3, we're going to work into the chain 3 spaces, making single crochet 1, half double crochet 3 times, no sorry, half double crochet 4 times, apologies, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then finish with a single crochet. Then skipping the cluster and working a single crochet, 4 half double crochets, and then finishing with a single crochet. So I'm going to continue to work around the circle. You go ahead too, and I will meet you back here in the last chain 3 space to close the round. I've finished working round 3. I've done 6 stitches into each chain 3 space, and now I've pulled up my yarn a little bit after the final single crochet, and instead of slip stitching from the front of the work, just to make it a tiny bit neater, I've removed my hook and I'm going to insert my hook from the back to finish the final slip stitch. So I'm going to find the 2 loops from the top of the first single crochet that I made at the beginning of the round. I'm going to slip that loop over the top of the hook and then pull through from behind the work. And I'm then going to chain 1, bring up my yarn a little bit, and then snip the yarn. It's looking something like this. And then, because we've been so good and we've worked our ends in all the way through, we just have this last tail to weave in. So I'm going to come through from the back. It's a bit difficult to see with this dark green, I think, but hopefully you can see me clearly. I'm just going to slip my hook underneath the loops at the back of the work, wrap the yarn over my hook and pull it through. And I will just do that a couple of times so that it stays in securely. But of course you can weave in your ends however you wish, whatever is your preference. I don't know if this is the best way, but I've made quite a few of these and I haven't noticed any ends coming loose. Like that. And then to finish your earring, we just need to place the earring hook onto the barrel bead. So I have these hooks which are super easy. I'm just going to insert from the front, attach it like that, and it is done. Yay, it's so pretty. And what I like to do now, it's not essential, but I find that it helps, is I'm going to make a solution of fabric glue and water, make a sort of gluey, watery solution, and I just soak the earring just for 30 seconds, then place it flat and leave it to dry from the soapy water, and that will help it keep its shape and keep it flat and stop it curling over with lots of wear. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. I hope you make lots for friends, family or markets, and I will see you next time. Bye.